just in class right now, but Ashwadama, like, he thought that there was a giant and he shooted the arrows at Shiva, and after some time he realized that was Shiva, and Shiva was trying to give him the Brahmastra since Ashwadama was Shiva's devotee. And and since like
so it was not the Brahmastra, he gave him a sword.
Dronacharya gave him a wound that he will not be dead in his whole life.
Sure. We didn't discuss that point, but anyway, the point is here, Lord Shiva was in front of the camp, the Pandava camp, but Lord Shiva, who was protecting Arjuna during the war, but at this point, it was preordained, or the Lord wanted all the rest of the Pandava army also to die. So he was aiding Ashwadama to do what he was doing, attacking.
Even Prabhuji.
Yes.
Whenever Duryodhana granted Ashwadama as a general, he said you should fight the Pandavas somehow and bring me back some parts of the body. And then he did, and he said okay. Then Ashwadama was like, oh, what could we do? Then he's like, oh yeah, right? No one would fight in war at night. Plus, they're going to take rest, plus they won't wake up. So that's why Ashwadama was telling it to the other two people, and they said, and they disagreed at first. Then Ashwadama somehow changed their minds by telling, remember Bhima broke the rule by hitting the hip of Duryodhana, so that means we could break the rule even. And then finally they agreed and they went to fight, and then that's whenever Ashwadama got the sword, and whoever comes in front of them will become dead, and anyone who escapes will become dead by the other two people.
Okay.
Two voices.
Very nice, Ashmita ji. You covered all the wonderful points. So we'll start today's class then. So folks who are joining today, don't worry. We have a Kahoot quiz at the end of the class. We'll only cover the topics we covered today. So you can just pay attention to what we covered today. Don't worry about what you missed. Okay? Yes?
Prabhuji, I have drawn a Radha and Krishna for my own. Can I show it now?
Very nice. Sure. Very nice. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Meenakshi ji. Very nice, Krishna and Radharani. Okay. So let's start the class. So what happened was, after Ashwadhama ran away, you know, who were the other two Kaurava warriors who didn't die? Rest everybody died.
Kripachari and Kritavarma.
Yes, very nice. And those two were escaping because they heard about the curse that Krishna...
It's echoing for me.
Oh, very nice. Nice. Oh, sorry, says some... Very nice, Krishna and Radharani. Okay. Oh, somehow the recording is showing up now. But so what happened was, after Ashwadhama ran away... Why is that happening? Who were the other two...
Good, it's echoing for me.
Who didn't die? Just everybody.
Is that recording?
Yeah, so I started recording, but I turned it off. Somehow the computer is acting up today, but no worries. So let's start again. So so Kritavarma and Kripacharya were escaping, and Dhritarashtra and his wife Gandhari, right? So they were all going to the banks of the Ganga River to pay the final oblations to the casualties of war. So many soldiers died, right? Almost everyone died. So, sorry, can you hear me? Okay. So I think if you're not talking, please, if you could go on mute, that'll be great. Okay, so then what happened was Krishna told the Pandavas that you have to go meet Dhritarashtra and Gandhari now. And so the Pandavas, they met them at the riverside. So this picture here shows it's within a palace or something, but actually they're meeting at the riverside, okay, based on the version that I was reading. And what happens is Yudhistra comes and says, oh Dhritarashtra, the war is over, many soldiers and many of our family members have died. And so Yudhishthira goes and Dhritarashtra says, okay, I know now you have won, so I just want to embrace you. So he embraces, means hugs Yudhishthira. And then he says, okay, can I hug Bhima now? So Krishna says, oh, Bhima, don't go to him now. He's full of anger. Why? Why was Yudhishthira very angry with Bhima?
Prabhuji, is it Dhritarashtra angry with Bhima?
Yeah, why is Dhritarashtra angry?
Because Prabhuji, Dhritarashtra is so angry with Bhima because Dhritarashtra lost all his 100 sons. And Bhima was the one who killed all his sons.
Yes. So Bhima had taken a vow, remember, when Mother Draupadi was humiliated, that he will kill all the Kauravas. So he went ahead and he was able to successfully complete his vow by killing every Kaurava. Even Dhritarashtra was, even Duryodhana was killed just on the day before, right? So everybody is finished. There's no sons left. So he had 100 sons and one daughter, right? Dushala. So all the sons are dead now and were killed by Bhima alone. So he was very, very angry with Bhima. And so Krishna knew that Dhritarashtra is going to hurt Bhima. So Krishna, using his power, mystical power, he bought the statue of Bhima that was in Duryodhana's gymnasium. You know, Duryodhana used to... I'm getting a lot of background noise. So if you don't mind, please go on mute if you're not talking. Okay. So what happened was Krishna bought the statue. And if you remember, Duryodhana used to practice on the statue because he knew that he will fight Bhima one day. And he used to practice on the statue, and it was in a gym. Very hard iron statue. And he used to hit the mace on the statue, nothing used to happen. And Krishna, with his mystic power, he bought it in front, near the river. And he told Bhima to take the statue instead of him going to embrace Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra, see in this picture, he's holding Bhima statue thinking that, hey, this is Bhima, I'm going to hug you now and I'm going to really hug you hard. You know, Dhritarashtra also has the power of 10,000 elephants. And he can, if he applies all his power, he can crush anything. So he actually embraced the statue and crushed it into pieces. And then he thought he has killed Bhima. And he said, oh, I'm so sorry, Bhima. What happened to you? I was just hugging you. And even he was, with all the power he used, he was also spitting blood out with all the power he used. But he was kind of happy he killed Bhima, but then he was acting as if, oh, I'm so sorry, I unknowingly killed Bhima. And then Krishna said, oh why are you so angry? You shouldn't be so angry. It is actually you and your son who brought about this war. Why should you blame poor Bhima? And he said, oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done this. And then Krishna revealed, hey, you didn't kill Bhima. You only crushed his statue. And then Dhritarashtra became very repentant, and he said, I did wrong. I will not do it. And then Krishna himself said, now Bhima, you can go embrace Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra embraced him and Arjuna and everybody else and accepted their victory. And next picture, what you see is, so after they went and saw Dhritarashtra, they had to see Gandhari. So Gandhari, when she saw Bhima also, she doesn't see, she has covered her eyes just like you see in the picture, right? So she wanted to be just like her husband, not seeing anybody. So she was accusing the Bhima. Hey Bhima, how could you have broken the rules and killed my son Duryodhana? Because you remember she had opened her veil and given him full power, except in the thighs. Krishna had made Duryodhana wear a covering so that he wouldn't.
Yes.
Yes. So, so she's still wearing the veil, and she tells Bhima, "Hey, you did bad. You broke the rules, and then you drank the blood of Dushasana from his chest." Then Bhima said, "Actually, I didn't let any blood go into further from my teeth or anything. I just touched it because on my lips, because I had taken a vow that I would do that in the Kaurava assembly. Remember when he told when Dushasana pulled Mother Draupadi's sari off, he had taken that vow. And Duryodhana also, because Duryodhana said, "Oh Draupadi, come sit on my thighs because you are my servant." And in order to avenge that, he had said, "No, I will break his thighs." Now, for mace fight, you're not supposed to hit below the waist. But then because he had the vow, he had to do it, he said, and that was the only way to defeat him. And so Gandhari was still steaming with anger, and she said, "Call your brother here. I want to see Yudhistra, who is the head of your Pandavas." And Yudhistra came. Yudhistra is very humble. He said, Yudhishthira kept saying, "Actually, I deserve your curse. I am the root cause of this war, and all of these people have died because I decided to fight with the Kauravas. I shouldn't have fought, and so I'm ready for you to curse me, and I'm ready to even lose my life." Yudhishthira is so humble, and he accepts any faults in others as his own fault. So he was doing that, and Mother Gandhari, she actually opened her veil a little bit. Actually, what she wanted was to just burn off Yudhishthira. But she opened her veil. She had little bit of ascetic power left in her after she had given Duryodhana become like a diamond. She still had some ascetic power. So she lifted up her veil and looked at Yudhishthira's foot. And when she looked at the foot, the foot slightly burned and his nails all became brown in color. And then, but nothing else happened. And then Krishna came and said, "You shouldn't be blaming Yudhishthira. It is because you hadn't raised your son well. You should have not let him go in this bad way and get the act very badly to devotees, and because of that, that's why the Kauravas died and your son died. So don't blame others for the fault of your son." And then Gandhari got very, very angry. She said, so not yet. So what then happens was, then Gandhari said, "Now Pandavas, you go see your mother Kunti." And so they go see Mother Kunti, and when they see Mother Kunti, Draupadi is there. Draupadi says, "Oh mother, all your grandsons have died. I'm so sorry. Where have they gone?" And they're crying. And then Gandhari hears that even Pandavas have lost all their grandsons and everything. And then she puts the blame all on Krishna. She said, you are very powerful. You could have stopped this war. And she kept saying that Krishna is the one responsible, and she said, I'm going to curse you, Krishna, that your entire clan will fight amongst each other. Within 36 years they will be destroyed. So again, that's Mother Gandhari is also is in Maya, because she thinks that Krishna did all this. If you remember, Krishna was the one who went as a peace mission to stop the war. He said, just give me 5 villages, 1 village for each of the Pandavas. And still Duryodhana said, I won't give you enough land to even put a needle. Remember? So, so this is wrongly accusing Krishna and cursing the Lord. But here you see, actually the Lord comes and takes the curse that she was actually going to give the Pandavas. But the Lord has a plan. Everything happens for a reason, and Krishna arranges everything. So Krishna says, thank you for the curse, Mother Gandhari. Actually, I was looking for a good way to leave this earth. And all my entourage, all the Yadavas and Krishna's sons and kinsmen who are in Dwaraka now, they had all come to be in the pastimes of the Lord. But once the pastimes are over, they want to go back to spiritual world. Now, Krishna says, I'm very happy that you cursed us, so now we can go back and not be here for too long, because Krishna wanted to wind up his pastimes. So Gandhari was just being an instrument here for Krishna. But we can see the difference between Gandhari and Kunti. So Gandhari is using her anger against Krishna, but we will see
Prabhuji,
Kunti is such a great devotee.
Prabhuji, that Gandhari is taking out her anger. She is using her anger in Krishna, whereas Kunti is not.
Yes, very nice, Thairaji. So that happens, and then they all decide to go and do all the final rites, Shrad, it's called, right? So after, when many bodies are dead, they have to make a funeral pyre and do the Shrad ceremony. So they all go into the river, and then Mother Kunti will say, oh, Yudhisthira, please do the rites for Karna also. Then Yudhisthira will ask, why? Why should I do for Karna? He's our enemy. He was side of Duryodhana. So anybody knows why?
I do.
Prabhuji, it was Kunti's son.
I do.
Yes. Very good.
Prabhuji, he was the Kunti's son.
Yeah. So actually, Karna was Kunti's first son, but she was not married to Pandu at that time.
Yes, and
yeah,
Kunti doesn't know what to do with Karna, so that's she left him in the river, and he went somewhere else to fisherman, and he got spoiled by Duryodhana, and he became friends with the bad guys, which is Duryodhana.
She gave birth to Karna because she got this gift from the sun god, that any god she wishes to get a son from, she'll get it by saying this slokam.
Yes.
And that's how she got Karna.
Yeah, Durvasa Muni is the one who gave her that boon. She can invoke any demigod and get a son. And she wanted to try that out when she was a little, she was not married. And then when she got the son, then she said, oh, I can't have a son now. I'm only a maiden. And she kept that as a secret. Nobody knew. And she, like Ashmita ji and Chaitra ji said, she put the little baby in a little basket and sent him down the river. And he was picked up by a chariot driver and his wife and raised Karna as a son. So then Yudhishthira and the rest of the Pandavas heard that Karna is their brother, and they were very sad. Oh, we would have stopped the war if Karna was our brother. We wouldn't have fought with him. Mother, why didn't you tell us? And then Kunti said, I tried my best to tell Karna that you are my son, don't fight with the Pandavas, but he didn't agree. He still wanted to be in Duryodhana's side. But then Yudhishthira says, oh, now I have killed my own brother also. And so he actually curses women that they can never keep a secret like this. So that's how women, because they can't keep it in their mind, they have to tell somebody, is because of that curse from Yudhishthira. So then what happens is Yudhishthira is very, very sad. He thinks that he is the one responsible for all the deaths in the war. He thinks that he should have stopped the war. He should have just gone to the forest, and he shouldn't have asked for half the kingdom. And so he's taking responsibility for all the deaths. And after he heard that Karna was his brother, he was even sadder. So he said he's just going to renounce everything now and just go to the forest because of all the sins incurred by all the deaths in the war. And then Arjuna and Bhima try to convince him, oh, please, brother, we have fought this war to fight evil. We've killed all the evil forces. Now is the time to act as a king and bring all the kingdom together and take it in the right way, take everybody in the path of righteousness. So you shouldn't go away. But Yudhishthira said, no, I just want to make Bhima the king, and you and Krishna will also assist him, and you can become kings. I just want to go. So they tried their best to tell him, but Yudhishthira wasn't listening. Like Arjuna was telling about different examples, or Bhima was saying, it's like a person who is climbing a tree for honey, and then without taking the honey, he's jumping down. Or he's like a man starving for food, and when you get the food, he says, no, I'm not going to eat. So what is the point of you doing this? So they're trying to use different kind of logic to convince Yudhishthira that he shouldn't just leave everything and go to the forest. And they were trying to say many stories, like Arjuna said a story about some Brahmins who said they're going to renounce and go to the forest and just focus on God. And then a bird in the form of Indra came and said, no, that's not the right thing. You have to do your duty along with your practices for our spiritual practices. So we can learn from that we should never run away from our duty. Like most of you are students, so you should do your duty of being a student very well, and also you have to make sure you're making spiritual progress. You have to go take both hand in hand. There are some people who say, oh, I'm not going to study, I'm not going to do anything, I just want to like focus on God. Or they if they do that, it's just running away from their responsibilities. That won't be correct. And Arjuna told one example of Janaka also. You know, Janaka is the father of Mother Sita, right? So he is a great king, but he also once wanted to renounce everything and go to the forest. And his wife said, well, if you're really renounced, you can be either in the forest or here, and you can focus on your duties and serve God. But then if you go to the forest with some of your materialism in your mind, you will even think your water pot and your staff, they are very nice, and you'll think you'll be attached to that. So there's no point going when that is not your prescribed duty. So they were bringing all these examples up, but Yudhishthira was still not getting convinced. And we'll see what will happen. And Krishna had arranged such that Yudhishthira will get instructions from Bhishma. You know, Bhishma was wounded in the war, but he was not, he hadn't left his body yet. And he was waiting all this time to see who wins the war and make sure Hastinapur is safe, right? So Krishna was wanting the service from Bhishma to convince Yudhishthira about the right way to rule and why he should be a good king and not be going to the forest. So we'll go into that detail now. And this right picture is Yudhishthira listens to Krishna, and he decides to come to Hastinapur after doing all the oblations for the departed souls, and then they come to the palace. So the right picture is showing how they were actually being pulled by 18 bulls. The chariot was being pulled, and they were brought to Hastinapur. So now Yudhishthira is going to become the king of the Kurus after winning the war. But he said Dhritarashtra should not be disrespected. He'll still be the king of Hastinapur. And Yuyutsu, you remember Yuyutsu is Dhritarashtra's son, not with Gandhari, but with a maid servant. So he will help to make sure that Dhritarashtra is being taken care of. And if Dhritarashtra wants to make him...
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
So who can say who gets Dhritarashtra's, Duryodhana's palace? Who Yudhishthira says, who can live in Duryodhana's palace? Now that Duryodhana has left his body, he's not there, and everybody's back in Hastinapur. So who gets Duryodhana's palace?
Yudhishthira? Bhima?
Yeah. So Bhima gets Duryodhana's palace, and then Arjuna gets Dushasana's palace, and Arjuna and Krishna, they go to rest there, so there's Durmarshana and Durmukha are two other Kauravas who had big palaces. So Nakula and Sahadeva gets that palace, and so everybody is getting settled in Hastinapur now. And Yudhishthira is established as the ruler, as the emperor. But Yudhishthira is very nice, so he always respects his uncle Dhritarashtra. And he said nobody should blame him or say he's the cause of the war and all that, but you have to treat Dhritarashtra with respect. So, and then while Yudhishthira was to the kingdom, there were many Brahmanas who were standing, and there was this friend of Duryodhana, Rakshasa. His name is Charvaka. Okay, Charvak. So Charvaka, he acted as the head of the...
Sorry, I couldn't hear who was this Charvaka.
Yeah, Charvaka is a Rakshasa, and he is the friend of Duryodhana. He didn't die in the war or anything. He didn't fight the war, but he was here standing with the Brahmanas. When Yudhishthira took charge of Hastinapur, he was standing with the Brahmanas there, dressed as a Brahmana. He was not really a Brahmana. All the Brahmanas really wanted to accept Yudhishthira as king. If you remember, Duryodhana was not ruling the kingdom with...
Just like a Brahmana?
Yeah. So,
yes.
So
Karna was supposed to be the king, but he died.
Yes. Now the point I'm going to say is the story is Charvaka. He was acting as a Brahmana, and already Yudhishthira is very sad and he wants to leave everything and go. So Charvaka said, "Hey Yudhishthira, I am the spokesman of all these Brahmanas, and we want you to give up your life because you were the cause of all these deaths." And then all the Brahmanas was like, what is this guy saying? That's not what we want. And then...
Yes,
Then Yudhishthira said, "Oh, really, Brahmanas, you think that way? I also think that way. I shouldn't be king. I should just leave everything, go to the forest and fast and not eat anything and die because you atone for the sins." And then all the Brahmanas says, "Oh no, don't do that. It is this," and they with their power, they saw that this is not really a Brahman. He was a Rakshas who was trying to make Yudhishthira really sad. and so they all held their thread and said a mantra hun, and that Charvak died right there because he was an imposter and he was doing a bad thing. So you can also learn a lesson. Just because one person says something bad, don't feel really bad and do anything. You should listen to others who have your best interest. So there might be some bad people of you who might say very, very bad things. So don't fall for that. So Charvak died like that. And then, like I said before, Krishna wanted Yudhisthira to get instructions from Bhishma, who was still in Kurukshetra, where the war was happening. That was not in Hastinapur. So as soon as Yudhisthira became the ruler, he wanted to go meet Bhishma. So
Yes, Prabhuji.
yeah. So they all traveled from Hastinapur back to Kurukshetra, where Bhishma was lying on a bed of arrows. And Bhishma was still alive because he was waiting for the sun to move north, right? For an auspicious time to leave his body. And actually, it's all because Krishna wanted to glorify Bhishma. Bhishma is great devotee of Krishna. And he's giving...
Yes, Prabhuji, Bhishma was a great devotee of Krishna.
Yes, he's also a Mahajan. And Bhishma has a lot of knowledge on how to rule a kingdom. Remember, he lived for many, many years. He's very old, and he was trained even in the heavens, right? Mother Ganga, when he was a baby, he was taken.
Prabhuji, sorry, I couldn't hear what you said. Could you please repeat it again?
Oh, I'm just saying about how Bhishma knows a lot about how to rule a kingdom. He had got instructions from Vasishta, Brahaspati, and of course his guru is Parashuram. So Krishna wanted Bhishma to instruct Yudhisthira, and Yudhisthira also wanted to see his grand uncle before he left his body. So they all came to Kurukshetra, back to Kurukshetra, where they had fought the war, and they set up tents. And then Krishna, you see on the left picture, Krishna is there and the Pandavas are there. And Krishna says, oh Bhishma, you please instruct Yudhisthira. Yudhisthira has now won the war. And Bhishma says, oh, I really am in a lot of pain. And when you, my Lord, are here, how can a disciple teach Yudhisthira? You know everything. Why do you want me to say? And Krishna says, no, you have all the experience. I want you to tell Yudhisthira. And Krishna says, I'm going to give you a boon that you will not feel any pain from now on.
Yes, Prabhuji, he gave a boon to...
Yeah, Krishna gave a boon to Bhishma that he won't feel any pain. He was full of hunger, thirst, and pain with all this. So from that point on, he will not have any pain, so that he can give all his instructions to Yudhisthira. So that's the picture you see here. And they say they'll come the next day, and when next day they come, Krishna asks, oh Bhishma, how are you feeling? He says, oh, I feel very nice. I don't feel any pain. I can remember everything that happened in my life. And then Krishna asks Yudhisthira to ask Bhishma how to rule a kingdom, what is religion, and all these instructions. And Krishna had given a boon that he will feel no pain. And the time that Bhishma leaves the body was about 56 days away at that point. So actually Bhishma started instructing them for 56 days. Every day they would get instructions.
Bhishma started instructing them for 56 days, I think.
Yes, 56 days he got instructions on how to be a great ruler. And at the end of that, Bhishma, he said, "Oh, I'm very happy that I got this service from the Lord and I was able to instruct, and now it's time for me to leave this body and see who all are there. All the great rishis, they're all come to hear this great instructions from Bhishma." And this episode is even there in Bhagavatam. So it's a very, very important part of Mahabharata that that is there in multiple books. You know, Bhagavatam is about the devotees, right? And so the prayers of Bhishma, prayers of Kunti, it's all coming at different points in Mahabharata. Those episodes are taken and put in Bhagavatam, because Bhagavatam is another book. That's not the Mahabharata. So this is another book that Vyasadeva had written.
Yes.
It only captures how devotees interact with the Lord, and it establishes that bhakti is the topmost. So I'm just telling that because this is a very important episode, and Bhishma's prayers are captured there, and then this slide on the right, this picture on the right, it shows how Bhishma is.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Bhishma is seeing the four-handed form of the Lord, and he's in so much happiness. So just compare the death or the soul leaving the body of Duryodhana and Bhishma. Who do you think is better?
Prabhuji,
Bhishma. See, Bhishma is seeing the Lord, to the Lord while he leaves his body.
Prabhuji, Bhishma.
Yes, very nice. So a good person who lives a life like a devotee will get all devotees to be around while leaving the body, and is able to go to the supreme abode of the Lord and be in his pastimes in the spiritual world. So what better benedictions are there? So Bhishma is Bhishma, actually, he remembers, you know, the episode where he was shooting arrows at Krishna, and then Krishna took up a little cartwheel to attack Bhishma. Krishna said he won't lift up any weapon, but he broke his vow. And during the Kurukshetra war, you remember when Arjuna was not fighting very hard and Bhishma was destroying the Pandava army, Krishna took matters in his own hands and was attacking Bhishma. So Bhishma narrates all those wonderful pastimes that he remembers of Krishna. And Krishna and Bhishma, the relationship they have is that of chivalry. Chivalry is like fighting, and so he pleases Krishna like that. So he was serving Krishna, even though he was on the opposite side. He was fighting hard and he was pleasing Krishna. So he was remembering all that, how Krishna was running towards Bhishma, and his Pitambar was falling away, and Krishna had got some arrows from Bhishma, and still Krishna was coming with anger, and Bhishma was ready to die from Krishna's hands at that point. You remember that? I will bring up the picture that we covered many classes back here. Here. This Bhishma was remembering this at the time of his death, all this wonderful pastimes or interactions he had with Krishna, and then he leaves his body. And he goes directly to the spiritual world because he's such a great devotee of the Lord. Okay, so that ends today's class. So if everybody, if you don't have any questions, we'll go to the Kahoot. So
No question.
those who are joining for the first time, do you know how to play Kahoot? Anybody has any doubts?
No, Prabhuji.
If anybody has a question, please let me know. We can go over that now.
No, Prabhuji. No question.
Okay.
Prabhuji, no question. No, Prabhuji.
Yes. Very good. So everybody is well versed with Kahoot, right? So let's just wait for this game pin. I don't know why it's taking so long. Okay, it's 302-2045. Okay, Santosh ji has joined. Welcome. Radharani has joined. Very nice. Rama has joined. Avani has joined. Ashmita ji has joined. Arjuna. We have all the characters in Mahabharata in the Kahoot also. Vaidhi has joined. Welcome. Krishna has joined. Krishna is having many emojis also.
Excuse me, Prabhuji.
Sorry, you're breaking. Advika ji, can you say what do you want to say? It was breaking for me. I couldn't hear you.
Prabhuji.
Or if you want, you can type on the chat.
Prabhuji.
Please wait for
Prabhuji. Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, it is Prabhuji, it is Prabhuji, Prabhuji.
You can't see?
Prabhuji. Excuse me, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, by mistake. Prabhuji, because Prabhuji, can you please wait for?
Yes, I can wait.
Prabhuji, it is by mistake. Yeah, by mistake.
Why a name? That's a good question. That's a good thought also. Are we really our name? We are not. Our real identity is we are a spirit soul. That's a good good philosophical thought you have there. Whoever named yourself, why a name? Then there is Conti. Welcome. So who needs more time? I'm just going to stop share and share again because some of you were drawing. We usually reserve drawing for after class, right?
Prabhuji, your screen is not clear.
Yeah. I just stopped sharing. I'm sharing again. Okay. Now can you see? No, you can't. Wait.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So should we wait any longer? Are we good? In
there are 15 participants. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
15.
So last call for anybody who wants to wait. Say please wait. Okay. Nobody's saying wait. So we are going to start. Good luck, everyone. Just remember that everybody is a winner who plays. Okay. We are all learning here. Yeah. I think we don't have too many questions today.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay, 1 of 11. Why did Krishna tell Bhima not to go to Dhritarashtra when he wanted to embrace him? Bhima was not clean. Bhima was too big for Dhritarashtra to hug. Bhima could hurt Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra would hurt Bhima for killing all his and Gandhari's sons. Okay, all of you got it. Great job. I'm so happy. Okay, Vaidehi ji is on.
Prabhuji.
Avani is in third place. Yes.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji,
There's an echo coming, Advika ji and Thaira ji. Maybe if you are using two.
I clicked, but it is, but I, but it is not finished. But it is not correct.
No, all 15 got it correct. I don't know how you got it.
That means, Prabhuji, my friend is also clicked that option. That is, it is that is coming correct.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, second question. What did Dhritarashtra what did Dhritarashtra crush into pieces with his powerful embrace? Bhima, the palace, Bhima statue, piece of wood. Okay, these are easy questions and it depends on how fast you click. Most of you, all of you got it right. So Vaidehi ji is on top. Okay, why was Yudhisthira wanting to renounce the kingdom after war? Death of soldiers in the war, felt he was responsible for the war, so much suffering for the families who lost their loved ones, all of the above. Okay, 3 of you who answered responsible for the war is also correct. Okay, it's just that all of these are correct. Okay, next question. What is Gandhari's curse upon Krishna? Yadava will not become famous. Yadavas will lose their riches. Yadava clan will be destroyed in 36 years. Yadavas will not have children. Yep. Most of you got that right. So they will fight with each other and destroy each other in 36 years was the curse. Okay. Vaidehi ji, Krishna ji, Avani ji, and Ishwar and Rama are on top spots. How did Yudhishthira's toenail turn brown? Yudhishthira's feet were burned from the war. Yudhishthira accidentally dropped fire sticks on his feet. Yudhishthira went out into the dirt with bare feet. Gandhari's angry look became her way. So what caused Yudhishthira's toenail to turn brown? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. The answer dropped a fire stick. I just made up a story. So logically, you probably think maybe you didn't later, so that's why you missed that point. Anyway, now you know, right? So usually we hear the story of Gandhari making Duryodhana strong, but there's also this little story of Gandhari making Yudhishthira's feet brown. Okay, Krishna is now on first place, very close to Vaidehi ji, Ishwar, Avani, and Rama. Okay, what was Yudhishthira's curse upon women? Women cannot keep a secret. Women cannot be skillful. Women cannot be strong. Women cannot work. Which of these was his curse? Yes. So this because Mother Kunti kept a secret that Karna was Yudhishthira's brother. So when Yudhishthira said he was even sadder than Abhimanyu's death by hearing that Karna was actually his brother and they were reason for killing. So, all the other ones, women can be more skillful, strong, work better than men also. So never think that none of the other ones are true. Okay. Very good. Okay. So now Krishna is on top by only a few points. So a very, very tight competition. And Avani ji is on fire. It shows here. 6 correct answers in a row. Okay. Who tried to blame Yudhistra for the war and asked him to sacrifice his life? Dhritarashtra, Charvaka, Dhaumya, Gandhari. Very nice. So Charvaka, most 6 of you got that correct. Gandhari blamed Yudhishthira, but she didn't say, Yudhishthira, you should now die or anything like that. You know, Charvaka is the Rakshas who was dressed as a Brahmin who said that. Okay, so very good. 6 of you were listening very carefully who got it right. Others, don't worry. Now this is how you learn, right? That's why we have this. It's not for competition, it's for learning. Okay. Why did Krishna want Yudhishthira to get knowledge from Bhishma? Bhishma is very knowledgeable on how to rule a kingdom. Bhishma is a devotee of Krishna. Krishna wanted Bhishma to serve him, all of the above. Yes, all of the above. You know, for a devotee, the best activity or duty is to serve the Lord. So when Bhishma got this instruction that he has to give knowledge to Yudhishthira, he was overjoyed, because whenever a devotee serves, that's when a devotee or anybody, all the souls in the world, if they serve the Lord or his devotees, that's what gives the greatest happiness. And that's what we learn from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, everything, that we should serve the Lord. So that's why this is also correct, and all of the above is the right answer. Most of you got it right. Others also got right, just need to get did all of the above also, because everything was correct. Okay, so we have Krishna, Rama, Megan, Tej, Bhima, and Ishwar on the top. Okay, who had a glorious death, Bhishma or Duryodhana? Yes. So everybody who's born in this world has to die or leave their body. So how they die, where they go after leaving their body is the most important thing, because life is a preparation and death is an examination, right? So who won that examination? Bhishma did, not Duryodhana. Remember, he was looking at some body parts, like Ashmita ji told us, and be feeling sad at the time of death. And Bhishma was very happy seeing the Lord's form right there. Okay, Tara is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Congratulations, Tara. Okay, second last question. How many days did Bhishma instruct Yudhishthira? 56 days, 1 day, half a day, none of the above. Very nice. 56 days. Most of you got that right. Yeah, when I read the book only, I got that. In Bhagavatam, it doesn't say how many days it took, but it was good to learn that it actually, everybody was listening to Bhishma for 56 days. Who were present at the time of Bhishma leaving his body? Sapta Rishis, Pandavas, Krishna, all of the above. Everybody got it right. It's a grand finale. So that's the highlight of the day. So now who is in the podium? Third place goes to Bhima. Second place goes to Rama. And first place goes to Krishna. Of course, Krishna is always the winner. Then comes Megan, Tej, and Ishwar, very close to each other. But this is just to encourage you all. Don't feel bad that you lost or anything. Everybody who played won. Okay.
Prabhuji?
Prabhuji, actually, I was on another class, then I had to come here. Okay,
Still you won. So that means you are very, very knowledgeable.
Yeah, Prabhuji, actually, I was in another class, then I had to switch here to the class.
Prabhuji, before we used to watch Mahabharata videos, so
Yeah,
Yes.
that's one of the reasons.
All of you are very, very knowledgeable. I'm learning so much from all of you when you recap and explain. So thank you for coming every week and giving all your association to each other. So that's why I'm able to read, learn, and present to you.
Could I see my score?
So thank you so much.
Could I see my score?
Yeah, here. So this is the score. I'm just going to okay. Everybody started drawing. Let me
Please.
yeah, hold on. Let me stop annotation for a minute.
I can't even see my name.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Could I see my score?
Prabhuji, bye.
Yeah, Haribol.
Could I see my
Joining.
score?
Yeah. Who is that?
I am Bhima.
Bhima? Yeah, Bhima's score is 9,066.
Well, the percent, I mean.
100%. Very good, Bhima.
Thank you.
Haribol. So all of you did great. It's kind of arranged in your by your names so that everybody can see their names. Everybody played our winners, and not by rank or anything. So everybody did great. Anybody else want to see their what they got wrong or anything?
Prabhuji? So this is like nothing, but it's about like the medals. I think they did a change since last time. Never gave us medals. It would be like second place is Ka, and then first place is Hu, and then third place is Hoot.
Oh, okay. You're seeing that in Kahoot?
Yeah, I usually do, but did not change.
Okay, good.
Bye, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Dandot
Thank
Pranam.
you. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining. See you all next week. Next week we'll cover
Bye,
how
Prabhuji.
Krishna goes back to Haribol. So next week we'll cover how Krishna went back to Dwaraka. It'll be a very interesting class. So everybody, if you can make it, I'll be very, very indebted to you because your presence makes the class successful. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart for joining. We'll all meet next week, okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.